guys, Jeremy, National Fire Radio from the floor at FDIC 2019. I'm here with Dave Perkins, the aerial sales manager for the East Coast of E1.
How you doing, everybody?
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
I got it right.
Yep.
So listen, E1, they have one hell of a spread here. So what we wanted to do today was, they're offering a few new product lines out here that they're proud to launch at FDIC this year. And one of them has to do with the tower ladder behind me. This is a 2019 Cyclone 2 HP100. It's a 100-foot rear mount tower ladder. It's going to pump on board, and we're going to go through some of the new innovations that they've introduced to the market that E1's putting out there. It's really making them an innovator, if you will, in the marketplace for aerials.
Correct.
Dave, take me through it, man. Why don't we start here? It's your typical Cyclone 2 chassis.
Yep, Cyclone 2 cabin chassis. Does meet the European crash test standard, has been crash tested. This particular unit here has seating for 4 in it. Currently can be brought up to as many as 8 people. We do offer it with our severe duty interior, which is much more rugged materials for the fire service, much more durable.
Nice.
Not as much vinyl inside, as you can see. This particular truck has the Valor seats in it, firefighter safety seats.
Okay.
As you'll see as we walk back here a little further, it does have a 2,000 gallon per minute Watrous CSU pump. That does come as standard. Large diameter discharge on the side. Do provide cross lays, cord reel. Does have a 10 kW hydraulic generator on the truck as well.
Your typical setup, right?
Typical setup.
Your typical setup. So why don't we work our way back a little more? What we really want to talk about on this truck is the Outrigger setup.
Correct.
Something new, something innovative. Let's
Very
talk
much
about
so.
that, Dave.
E1 has been known in the industry for years about our crisscross jacking system. Crisscross jacking system that provides a low underslung crisscross jack to provide a very narrow footprint for our operators. We all know that there's always difficult situations that we're trying to set the vehicles up in. One of the things that we're offering now, introducing here at FDIC, is the capability to be able to short jack the truck as well. So we've taken the advantage of a crisscross jacking system, and we've also added a stab jack, we're calling it, at the end of the jack leg to provide more capability for the jacking of the truck. As we work around the other side of the truck, you're going to see where we also offer the short jack feature. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I mean, and that's what he's hitting on. What's interesting is E1's always had that cross jack design, and we were talking about it off camera before, that the diehard E1 people understand that, right? It's a unique setup that E1 is basically your proprietary way of jacking until now.
Absolutely. Yeah,
right?
We've always used a crisscross jack since we started manufacturing aerials, specifically the platforms. Certain products in our aerial product line utilize a crisscross jacking system as well.
Yeah, and now with the introduction of the pistons on the end, right?
Correct.
That's going to change the game.
Yes, very much.
So we talked about pitch before too,
Yep.
right? Working on different pitches and so on. So different grades and so on. Thank you for correcting me.
Yep.
You're the guy with the lingo. But so that makes a big difference too in the way of setting up. And when you want to look at purchasing apparatus, you want to understand your demographics, your makeup of your department and your district, and you want to find a truck that's suitable to your needs. And so where I want to go with this is I want to come back a little bit further, Dave, and talk about this, because the traditional jack spread right now, if this is fully spread on both sides, where are we at?
15.6.
Okay.
So NFPA requires us to measure jack spread, or customers, when they're measuring jack spread on a truck, we go pin to pin, or center of the jack leg to center of the jack leg, foot of the jack leg. So we're at 15.6 on the HP100 platform, which we have been a standard even with the new jacking system.
Right.
We're still offering a 15.6 jack spread.
15.6, and I'm excited when we go around the back and we come up the other side. Everybody watching is going to probably take a deep breath and a sigh, because what's really cool is the ability to short jack on this truck now, and that's what I'm excited about. I think about just myself being a fireman, Main Street, USA, alleyways, back alleys, back streets, small streets, long driveways, setbacks. When we have to set this truck up, optimal setup is to be able to utilize full jack spread, right?
Correct.
A lot of times we know, in fact, in our world, that that's just impossible. And so the ability for manufacturers to put together a jack spread that is more usable for guys like me is a home run.
Correct.
So why don't we work our way back? We talk about the aerial a little bit, and then we'll come around the other side.
One of the things we're also introducing here at FDIC is we've redesigned the turntable on our aerial device. That redesigned turntable has allowed us to provide a better below-grade capability for aerial operations. We understand that a good portion of what truck companies have to do today revolves around special operations,
right.
Something other than just specifically operating at building fires. There's so many other things, so many other functions that we're doing. The increased below-grade capability gives us, we're able to offer our customers more of an option when it comes to rescues in below-grade situations, from river rescues, water rescues, going over embankments, things like that. It gives us a capability of doing that and providing more below-grade capability for that.
Versatility is huge in the fire service this day and age, where every fire service manager, town borough administrator, city managers, we're all pinching pennies, and we're trying to do more for less.
Correct.
And so the versatility of a truck like this that's designed for a better below grade capability, with the short jacking and a few other the features that we're going to hit on or have hit on, that gives you more bang for your buck. And so I think that's important when you're looking for that truck and designing that for your demographic, for your first due response area. Understand that it's not just fire suppression, but it's everything else that goes along with it. And I think E1's doing a very nice job of that. You're shutting the lights off, but we're going to keep going real quick. So Dave, why don't we walk around a little bit more?
Okay.
Can we talk about ground ladder storage a little bit?
Everybody that follows social media, you see nowadays, one of the big thing is, the big stress in the fire service now seems to be a resurgence of ground ladders, a capability of ground ladders.
Right.
One of the things we pride ourselves on is the majority of our products have a 2-section 35-foot ladder, which the fire service, for the most part, demands because of the weight of the ladder and the size of the ladder. One of the things we also pride ourselves on is the ability to store a large ground ladder complement in it. We know that firefighters today want to, incident commanders want to make that building situation as safe as they possibly can and ladder all 4 sides of the building. So ground ladder complement is a big concern of ours, and making sure that we can offer that to our customers to carry a large amount of ground ladders.
Without a doubt. And keep in mind, too, that this truck is carrying a considerable amount of hose. It's got a pump and a water tank on it. So that obviously is going to limit the amount of ladders that you can get on it if it's a true quint. However, you have maximized enough storage to meet all requirements and probably exceed all the requirements.
Absolutely. We exceed what the NFR requirements are for making the truck, considering the truck either a quint or a truck company. As Jeremy said, we do have the capability of storing up to 1,000 feet of 5-inch hose or a combination thereof for those departments that are looking to operate both as a quint and or truck company. And we do offer this version of aerial device in a what we call a straight truck company, or a no pump, no tank version.
Absolutely. Cool. And then why don't we come around the corner, and Chris is on the camera, and Chris, you're going to get an appreciation for this with the camera. We're showing off the short jacking capabilities on this HP100. And I'll tell you, man, this, pictures speak 1,000 words, right? Like this setup right now, the bed is up and out and down at a 90-degree angle, and we're completely short jacked with the piston down, no extension out on the short jack side.
Correct. One of the things that E1's always been known for is our 2.5 to 1 aerial safety factor on our aerial device. NFR requires a 2 to 1 safety factor. All E1 aerials are manufactured with a 2.5 to 1 structural safety factor in them. I'd like to remind people that E1 has never had a structural failure. We've never had a tip over of one of our aerial devices. With our new jacking system, we've designed that with firefighter safety in mind.
Nice.
We're trying to accomplish the narrower footprint for the departments that are in the urban areas, the areas where there may be car congestion. For those of us that live in the Northeast, we know that the snowbanks can get pretty high on the sides of the road. We have a lot of communities, especially in the Northeast, that are very old cities and villages,
yes,
very narrow streets, that this is going to be a requirement. So even with our new jacking system, very similar to our other jacking system, we still offer 1,000-pound capacity in the basket, or for firefighters. NFPA considers a firefighter in full turnout gear and air pack 250 pounds. So by doing that, we still short jack. We now went from a 15.6 jack spread down to a 13.2 jack spread. So we have narrowed narrowed the jack spread immensely and still provide full capability of the aerial engine.
Fantastic, man. You guys have really done a nice job with this, and I'm super proud of the innovations that you guys brought forth, and I think E1 is cutting edge, and I think what you guys are putting out there is a great item for us, a good truck, a functioning operational truck for firefighters like me, and we appreciate that. So I'm excited to see this out in the street. I'm excited to see it, playing in the sand, we like to say, and get to work. So we're excited to see that out on the road. But Dave, thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much for having us. Guys, Jeremy with National Fire Radio from FDIC 2019 in Indianapolis. If you haven't come to this show, you need to come. And you need to come see what guys like Dave has created with his team and his partnerships. Absolute Fire out of New Jersey is the E1 rep that I know. And these guys do a fantastic job. And so I can't thank you all enough for having us here at the booth today. Check them out. E1, Rev Group, Absolute Fire. As always, I'm Jeremy, National Fire Radio.